So, hello and welcome back to my channel. This is my second time filming this because the first time I filmed it, I spent 15 minutes at the beginning just slating my modules, and as much as, yes, they deserve to be slated, it's a bit niche. Like, if you haven't been to University of Southampton, you're probably like, I don't know what you're on about. I didn't know what I was on about either by about the 10-minute mark. But yeah, if you don't know me, my name is Saskia and I am a second year psychology student at the University of Southampton, and I thought I would do just a little update on life, on my experience of semester 2, on just things. I'm going to try and not make it too long. I have got little Pog here to help me out because I need him for emotional support while Jade is not here. So I put him there, is that a bit? There we, oh, don't fall over. I'm very protective. There we go. He can go there for a bit. So, let's start with my modules, which I'm going to try and not make a 15-minute detour again. I do four modules: Intro to Health Psych, Social Psych, Language and Memory, Research Method 3. Intro to Health Psych is optional, and I hate all of them. You know, I don't particularly like any of them. The content for social psych could be interesting. I've always been a social psych person. Social psych has always been more interesting to me. Social psych is probably why I like psychology, as in there are some parts of cognitive that do tickle my pickle, but there are some parts I couldn't care less about. Like doing one of my modules, language and memory, just didn't care about language. It didn't feel psychology enough to me. Whereas social psychology feels like psychology, you know? Same with health psych. Health psych doesn't feel like psychology because it's very health and social care. If you've done health and social care, it does just feel like that. As in, there's no theories. There's like 2 models, but you need no psychology knowledge. Everyone was like, oh, second year is like a big jump from first year. I don't feel like the difficulty of our modules has increased at all. In fact, it's probably gotten easier. I would say for Research Methods 3, it's gotten harder. In the first year, we did the first 2 pages of a formula sheet. We've now done the last 4 pages. It's quite a lot going on. It's a bit much, but it's doable, but it is still actually a step up. All of the other modules, social psych is definitely not a step up. That could easily be a first year module. And in first year, we did behavioural neuroscience, which was objectively hard. If social psych and behavioural neuroscience swapped years, that would make more sense to me. Health psych also doesn't feel like a second year module. Feels the same difficulties as the stuff we did in semester 1 of year 1. So yeah, it doesn't feel like my degree is getting any harder. It feels like they're marking harsher, but then I've not actually done many essays. Like, I've not done anything that's been marked. Everything that we've done, all of our stuff actually relies on a final exam. Whereas last year, I think we only had a final exam for like 2 things. This year we have 4 final exams, but we also have 4 like coursework things. They're not really coursework. Some of it is just like multiple choice questions every few weeks. Some of it was an actual coursework. Some of it was an exam, but in not the exam period. So yeah, there's a lot of kind of differences like that from first year, but not necessarily academic challenge. Like, yeah, not excited for the exams. I haven't done them yet. Semester 1 is not technically over, but you get the vlog anyway. Because I am going to vlog my exams so you can get the full experience of how much I hate them. We've got 4 exams. We've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then the next Monday. But the one on the next Monday is like the only one that you don't need to revise for at all. Like, our research methods exam is currently the only in-person one, and that is the one that I need to revise for. That's the one on Thursday, which means I have Tuesday and Wednesday no time to revise, and then I have to go to a 9 AM exam. They should have moved that to Monday so that you have the weekend to revise, because the other 3 are like, you don't revise for them. You need to do prep for language and memory. Everything else, haven't revised for, haven't even done the lecture content for most weeks. I think I'll still be fine. Yeah, so I'm not enjoying my modules. I don't know if I just don't like how they're taught, as in the in-person teaching style is not very good, but I don't know. I'm not enjoying it that much. I still like the university kind of experience, even though I'm not getting a typical university experience because I don't go out and drink in club. We've also got the pandemic situation is obviously not helping the university situation. So yeah, then in terms of kind of grading, I don't think grading's been any harsher.
Am I an absolute idiot? Because literally less than like 2 minutes before this, I just said grading had been harsher. Stop lying.
I don't know, grading's been a bit confusing. I've currently got like 4 grades back. They've all been above a 70, which is better than I was doing in first year. But they've all been kind of short things. In first year, we kind of did long projects that got you a grade. This year, kind of feels like each grade that I get isn't worth much, because it isn't. Objectively, they're worth not very much. Like most modules, I've kind of secured like 20% of my grade so far. The rest of it's the exam. One of my modules, I think I've secured 40% of it, but like the exam is still worth significantly more. So that's kind of different from year 1. I'm going to stop talking about modules there, but basically not really enjoying them. Hoping semester 2 will be better, because semester 2 has research methods 4, developmental, perception, which I will hate objectively, and then crim psych. Crim psych sounds the best. So yeah, I feel like semester 2 should be better, but I'm not really sure. And then what else can I talk about? Housing. I am still living with Lil Jade Bestie. I'm living with Lil Jade Bestie next year. Housing has been difficult. So I have a Spanish passport. I'm British. I have residence in England. I've never lived anywhere other than England. I'm not an immigrant. Feels weird that I have to clarify that I'm not an immigrant, but you know, the housing estate agent company kept trying to not necessarily outright call me an immigrant, but infer that I was in fact an immigrant. They kept telling me like, oh, because we have a Spanish passport for Saskia, she has to fill in this right to rent check. I'm already renting, besties. I think I have the right to do it. And it was like, put in your immigrant number. I was like, I'm sorry, I can't fill this in. I'm not an immigrant. I don't have a visa settlement status or like any of that stuff. And they're like, no, because you have a Spanish passport, you have to do it. I was like, no, I don't. Eventually we got that sorted by me resending them my British birth certificate, which they'd already had. But yeah, that was a fun, honestly, like month that I was struggling with that one. How else? Like societies. I'm technically a member of like 3 netball clubs, but they all do training at the same time. And I have more friends within the psychology one, so I go to psychology netball. I play in psychology netball matches, if sometimes. Not really, because I only just quit my job, but also what else do I have to say? I've been on 2 socials. I didn't really do socials last year. They were still a bit scary, but I did them. I went to the pub and I went on a Christmas meal. The Christmas meal was, first of all, the food was bad. And second of all, I cried a lot. I was fine for the first chunk of time. I then spent, many minutes crying in the bathroom. Many minutes crying. And then also crying on the walk back. So yeah, that was mental stability. I feel like I've done more this semester. Like, I've been out for breakfast with one of my friends. I've been out for lunch with my friend. I've been out for waffles or like sweet stuff. Like, I feel like I've done more. I've been out for cocktails and I'm quite happy. Like, I feel like I can do more social stuff. I want to do more social stuff, but I've definitely gotten better at the social stuff from first year. I wouldn't say I've made any more friends. I've kind of still got 3, but I feel like I've done okay. Please. I think I'm kind of doing university okay-ish. I've not been crying too much, I don't think. I cried a lot in first year, not because of first year, but I was not very happy. I'm much happier. Just happier overall. Is it the medication? Probably not. But I love my friends. I feel valued. This is getting a bit deep, but I never really feel kind of valued or important. I feel valued and important. As in, I've never felt like I was anyone's best friend, ever. Or like even anyone's like top 2 friends. But I'm now like, oh my god, I think I have a best friend. I think someone actually likes me. Yeah, I feel valued, I feel appreciated. What else can I talk about? I quit my part-time job. I'm quite happy I did that. wasn't really anything wrong with it, but I quite like having weekends to myself. I can do a lot more tutoring, and tutoring obviously gets me more money per hour, so that's quite nice. I don't do as much tutoring as I did in semester 2 of first year, but I found a good limit, I think. I tend to do, I don't know how many lessons a week I do. I do £250 worth in 2 weeks, and I get like £12 to £14 an hour, so I don't know, like 10 lessons a week, 8 lessons a week. I think I do about 20 lessons every 2 weeks. I'm happy with that. That is a good amount for me. I don't really want to do any more. Like, I wouldn't mind if I did less, but I just feel like I need stuff to do. As in, I now do less tutoring, I go to the gym a lot more. That's quite nice. I'm not really a gym lad, I don't know how to do a lot of things, but I still go to the gym. Like, you don't look at me and think, ah, she must be a gym lad, because I don't have like massive muscles. I don't really eat protein, so that doesn't really help. But like, I go to the gym a lot more. I'm a lot happier going to the gym. I know a lot more of how to do things. I'm still not traipsing down into the men's bit, because the men's scary, but I think I'm doing okay. I do a lot more, I don't really do anything. I spent a lot more time kind of doing like YouTube stuff, or doing like writing, or kind of other side hobbies, I think, which is good for my mental health. I feel like I'm doing more. I still have a lot of time when I feel like I'm not doing anything, and I don't know what to do with my time, because I feel like my degree isn't difficult enough that I can like revise for it, and there's no content that I need to like go over, so I just kind of don't have anything to do for a lot of the time. Yeah, what else do I have to say? Overall, hate my degree. That's not improved. Grades have technically improved, but like, I've not done anything like worthwhile, so the grades don't actually feel like they exist, because I've only got like, I've got like 10% of my grades as like a 72, but like the 90% that I get in the exam is the only bit that actually counts. I'm physically happier, mentally happier, I feel physically healthier, still low iron, do need to get another blood test to check on that. This has been a very just hi, this is a fact, this is another fact, this is another fact, you know? So yeah, I'm gonna end the video there, because I have nothing else to say, and I just kind of keep going on a tangent. I started with like, oh, degree, grades, socials, and now I'm just like, oh, by the way, my prescription has changed. No one cares. But yeah, thanks for watching. This was kind of a bit of just a life update video. There's no purpose to this video, there's no education, but yeah, that's how I'm doing. How is everybody else doing? Is everyone else hating year 2 as well? Like, I don't think it's gotten any harder, but it's just a lot more boring. We have done actually, oh, little side note, we have done a lot more like in-person stuff. Like, this is something I said in the other video that I think is a good point. Not that like the university is watching, but we we are supposed to take 2 lateral flows a week to like go to uni, but there's no requirement for this. In my head, I think it would make sense to require a negative lateral flow to go to uni, because when I went to the freshers fair, I had to like show them my text messages that said that I had a negative lateral flow, and like, yes, you can fake the lateral flows and just insert a negative thing, but like, only an idiot would do that. And I feel like the university should require that for you to be allowed into a lecture, because if not, what's the point? Like, people aren't actually going to be taking these lateral flows. People aren't actually caring about COVID, shall I say, from the people's Instagram stories I be seeing. And also, like, with the mask thing, besties, wear a mask. It's really not that hard. Like, there are so many people in my course who were wearing their masks when it wasn't technically required. As soon as it became a requirement, like, the university said you now have to wear a mask, rather than it being we suggest you wear a mask. Besties just took their mask off. If you were exempt, you wouldn't have been wearing one for the first month of uni. So why did this suddenly change? I get angry at people that just don't know how to do basic human things, which does seem to be quite a lot of people that I see around uni, but yeah. Me and Paul think you should wear your mask. It's not that difficult. Test for the Rona, don't get the Rona. Oh, I've got my camera on face tracking and it's just checking Pog as a face. I'm the main face. Oh, but he's a little face. Oh, I love that. But yeah, that's my video. I'm going to stop there because again I've just rambled, but if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, let me know, validate me. If you didn't like it, don't let me know because I'll just delete your comment because I'll get emotionally upset. Sometimes I just get random comments calling me a slag. That's always nice, that gets deleted, but like, thanks for the engagement, besties. And I'll see you next time.